In Letter 14 of the Screwtape Letters by C.S. Lewis, we witness a significant pivot in the internal spiritual journey of the patient, a critical moment marked by the attainment of humility. This letter underscores the continuous tug-of-war between divine virtues and demonic manipulations, showcasing humility as a central theme. Screwtape begins by expressing frustration over the patient's newfound humility. Unlike the earlier stages of his conversion, where the patient made grandiose promises of everlasting virtue to the enemy, God, he now simply asks for the strength to combat daily temptations. This marks a profound shift from self-reliance to a reliance on divine grace, a transition that complicates Wormwood's task. The patient's humility signifies a deeper, more mature faith that is harder for the devils to subvert. The crux of Screwtape's strategy now revolves around warping this humility into a source of pride. Screwtape advises Wormwood to make the patient aware of his humility and to subsequently develop a sense of pride over it. Essentially, the goal is to keep the patient's focus inward, making him preoccupied with self-assessment rather than genuine humility. This distorted version of humility, where one takes pride in being humble, ultimately feeds back into egoism, thus aligning with the demonic agenda. The letter delves deeper into the concept of humility from both the divine and demonic perspectives. According to Screwtape, the enemy desires humility not for its own sake, but so humans can love both him and each other genuinely. This form of humility involves an outward focus, seeing oneself truthfully without either exaggerated pride or undue self-deprecation. True humility fosters authentic love and community, negating ego-centered behaviors. Screwtape's cunning lies in his advice to redefine humility for the patient as thinking less of his own talents and abilities. This subtle adjustment aims to keep the patient's focus on himself, albeit negatively, rather than turning his attention outward to others and to God. By fixating on his own perceived lack of talent, the patient remains ensnared in self-focus, which in turn hampers the growth of real humility. Moreover, Screwtape anticipates the enemy's counter-strategy, reminding the patient that all his talents and life circumstances are gifts. This divine reminder serves to foster gratitude, a powerful antidote to pride. If the patient sees all things as gifts, his attention naturally shifts to the giver rather than the gifts themselves, deepening his relationship with the enemy and making him more resistant to demonic influence. Therefore, the essential struggle lies in where the patient directs his attention. The enemy seeks to redirect it outward, toward God and others, while Screwtape and Wormwood aim to keep it inward, focused on self, whether in pride or in false humility. The patient must learn to navigate this battle wisely, understanding that real humility involves a true self-perception and an acknowledgement of one's dependence on the divine. In conclusion, Letter 14 explores the intricate dynamics of humility, self-perception, and spiritual warfare. It illuminates the patient's growth from a naive convert to a more seasoned believer who understands the need for daily reliance on divine strength. Through Screwtape's manipulative insights, Lewis provides readers with profound reflections on the nature of humility and the ongoing spiritual struggles that define the human condition. This letter is a reminder that true humility lies not in thinking less of ourselves, but in recognizing our place within the larger divine picture. Was this video helpful to you? Let me know by smashing the subscribe button so I can hit my goal of reaching my first 1,000 subscribers. This has been another Bookly Crash Course. Please check out the channel for the full book summary playlist and many more amazing book summary videos.